Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, the last Tipsy Tuesday of 2024. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our show. We really want to extend excessive thank yous for you being here and being with us throughout this whole year. This is our last Tipsy of the year, and we're so excited to have you with us. A little bit early today, but if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed to our channel because we have a lot of content for you all the way through the week, and we have lots planned for 2025. If you're on Facebook, make sure you are following our page, signing up for those notifications, because then you will never miss a show. Say hello to Mr. HP, of course, my sidekick, my honey. There he is.
Happy New Year soon, everybody.
Yes, we are excited about, I love this last day of the year. I always like to look back on all of our accomplishments together and just be excited about the new year to come. So we love to get some feedback throughout the show. So give us some thumbs up and hearts and make sure you comment. We will have a giveaway question at the end of the show, so make sure you answer that to be entered into our giveaway. And yeah, let's interact and have lots of fun today.
All right, let's do it.
So first off, you might have noticed what is hanging behind me. I have all of my Stripologized blocks. I made 2 of each, so you will see that on this side, I did them all kind of more traditional. They're all calmer. And then on this side, I did them a little bit wild with some e-bond fabrics and scrappy backgrounds. Both of them have scrappy backgrounds, even though you don't really notice up close. So of course, we are going to be giving you some ideas if you have been following along with our Stripologized Block of the Month throughout the year. 12 blocks have been released. You can find all of that information on our website under bonus charts and templates. You can print out those PDFs. And then check back on our previous Tipsy Tuesdays. Now, there's going to be more projects like this throughout 2025, of course. So make sure you follow along. But let's start by announcing our winner from our last show. Now, we didn't have a show last week because it was Christmas Eve. But we had our show on the 17th of December. And the giveaway question I asked back then was, what is your favorite day of the holidays? And our winner, sir.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, let's go.
Here it is.
Lynn M. Krisafi. Congratulations, Lynn. Her favorite day is Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's a great day. We had a really great Christmas Eve this year with the kiddos here, and everybody was helping in the kitchen and playing games, and it was a lot of fun. So I agree with you. So Lynn Krisafi. Lynn just sent us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com to claim your gift card and go shopping, everybody.
Claim that prize.
So I hope everybody had a good holiday. Tell us in the comments how your holiday week has been. I hope you got some sewing done. I did actually get some sewing done. So I'm excited to share with you a little bit later in the show all of the projects that I finished this year. So yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's really, I've never really done that. I never really kept track. And I thought I was keeping track just by my phone, my photos on my phone. But I realized I missed some, and so I'm probably missing some, but it'll be fun to look back on them. But let's just dive right into our tip of the day, which is going to be some finishing ideas for the Stripologized Block of the Month. So let's take a look. So now we have 12 blocks finalized for our Stripologized Block of the Month 2024. I have 2 sets on my design wall behind me. As you remember, if you've been watching for this whole year of 2024, I did my more traditional calmer background look, and then I did my wild and crazy, all from scraps. And so now we have to figure out what we're gonna do. Are we just gonna sew them together and call it a day, or are we gonna do some sashing treatments or other setting options? So of course, I encourage you to do whatever you feel like, because there really aren't any rules out there. So just be creative and play with it. But here are just a few suggestions if you want something simple and easy to do. So let's start with just adding some sashing and cornerstones between your blocks. So when you are choosing sashing for the size of your blocks, I always try to stay under or stay about 1/4 of the size of the block. So my blocks are 12 inches, so I would not go over a 3-inch finished sashing. So that would be 2 1/4 for if you did 9-inch blocks and 1 1/4 for 6-inch blocks. So here I used, so I cut my strips for the sashing at 3 inches, so it's a little bit less than 1/3, and I used 2 1/2-inch finished sashing posts. So you'll see the posts are only in the middle, in the center, and so I didn't put a sashing on the outside, I just did a border with cornerstones in the corners. So it kind of carries that cornerstone feel out to the edges without it being all along the sides of the quilt. So then I added just a typical wide border to this. When you're doing a wide border, I do suggest it being always a little bit wider than your sashing, just for proportion. And I prefer to have it about 1/3 to half the size of the block. So for my 12-inch blocks, that would be anywhere from a 4-inch to a 6-inch border. So this particular one is kind of, yeah, it's around a 4 1/2, 5-inch border on this example. So let's take a simpler play on this, a little bit more contemporary look. So here I just put 4 rows of 3 blocks together with just a horizontal sashing strip between them. Now, it might look different if you had different backgrounds for your blocks, so don't worry about that, just keep playing with it. This is going to create that a little bit more contemporary feel. It's going to create a skinnier quilt, so if you're thinking about that or the finished size of your quilt. And the border, just adding those red corners in it kind of ties it all together. So similar strategy here on the borders. So I did insert a light border, just a resting border in there, which is that white, so you give the blocks a little bit of a space to breathe, and then adding that outer border with the cornerstones. So let's do something totally different. So in this case, you are making, this is the larger blocks, of course, and so the sashing is going to be wider. So I used, instead of cornerstones, so it's kind of like the first layout, but with wider sashing, and then the cornerstones are piece blocks. So consider finding maybe some of these blocks and make a 6-inch block for the cornerstones. And then you can do a 6-inch wide sashing if you are doing, that is, the 12-inch blocks. So I do recommend to not go more than half the block size, because that's going to be really a lot of background there. But then I just added a floating border around the whole thing, so all the blocks are floating on the background, and that border is about half the size of the sashing. So I really love this kind of fresher look on it, and that's a great option. Now, setting blocks on point is always going to give you the largest quilt when you have a set number of blocks, especially if you include setting blocks to separate the piece blocks. So you will notice that diagonal setting, there is just a full square of the background that is going to be cut to the same size as the blocks. So if you have a 12-inch piece block, those squares should be cut at 12 1/2 inches. So you'll need 6 of them for this layout. And then I do give you in the printout sizes to make the setting triangles on the sides and the corner triangles, whatever size blocks you had. Now, this is also a setting that allows you to go a little bit bigger on the border, because when we have a block setting that's on point, aesthetically you can go a little bit wider because you can go the half of the piece blocks, but that means from the tip to the center while they're on point, so that means that they're a little bit wider than if you would measure them just horizontally. So in this case, I am showing this one with a 7-inch border. So those are all great ideas, but again, you can always come up with your own. So you will find the printout, the little instruction sheet that I printed out here in the same place you found it before on our website. And so go ahead and find it on gequiltdesigns.com. Now I hope you really enjoyed taking part in this program throughout the year, practicing taking traditional blocks, stripologizing them, using the Master Your Stripology Rulers book, and of course your wonderful Stripology rulers. It always is great to practice those techniques. Thank you for being a part of it, and I'll see you next time. So there it is, some ideas for you if you made all the blocks and want to put them together. So the sheet is going to be now in the same spot you found all the blocks. So you go to our website under About Blogs and More, go to Bonus Charts and Templates, and Finishing Ideas. These two sheets will be there. So you'll have the little text to explain my points that I went through in the little segment. And I just encourage you to still play with it, do your own thing. These are not sewn together. Somebody thought that this was a whole quilt already. They're just blocks on the wall. So now one of my first projects in the new year is going to be figuring out what I'm going to do with my 2 sets of blocks. Oddly enough, I don't think it would be a bad idea to mix them all together. What do you think? I don't know. We'll see. I know some of these are a little too wild for you.
A little wild, but I like them.
Yes. So yeah, we have lots of fun stuff for you today. I wanted to say right before we went live, I said we're missing the party hats and the whistles and stuff. So I quickly grabbed King Kobe to be with us. He is dressed to the nines to be with us here, finishing off our year.
Looking good.
He's looking good, isn't he? So I'm going to keep this one.
Yeah.
And never know when we are going to be able to use it. But with this being our last show of the year, if we have any questions, I just saw one question come up, if these blocks are still available. Yes. So it's not a full instruction, of course, of how to put the quilt together. There's no yardage because it's just one block at a time. But I go through both in the sheets that you can print out. It's kind of a worksheet. So you can, of course, watch the videos again too. You will need the Master Your Stripology Rulers book to have all the charts to do the stripologizing. And you can, of course, go through them all if you want to figure out yardage, if you want to, for example, have the background the same. But I always say, like, you'll be safe even with some sashing and stuff, always with if you're doing 12-inch blocks, about 4 yards of fabric.
There's a question.
That'll be my guess. Where are the tips for the Stripology rulers? So if you're talking about the pertaining to the Stripologized block of the month, so we have all of the charts and techniques are going to be in the Master Your Stripology Rulers book. But of course, if you're looking for just tips on using the ruler, head on over to our website. Right at the top navigation, there is a tab that's called Stripology. And under there, you will find all of our videos, tip videos, and all kinds of things like that. You'll find it on YouTube as well. So go check it out. Usually we make it sure to condense everything, and you can find everything on our website. So if you can't find something specific, you can always email us at help@gequiltdesigns.com. All right, so celebrating our accomplishments.
Ooh-wee.
Yes. I always have thought I should be writing down the quilts I make every year. And then every year I might start and then I forget. So nowadays, my modern device is, of course, my phone, because I use my phone to take photos of blocks. If I'm developing blocks or developing a pattern, I take photos of the steps. I take photos of always of my layouts if it's big quilt, so I could kind of go through my phone photos. Good thing I don't delete much photos, good and bad. But I was able to go through and kind of figure out how many quilts I made this year. So without telling you the number,
Drum roll.
let's not tell them the number, not yet. I just wanted to show them to
Okay.
you all because it also takes us on a little bit of a journey. Those of you that have been following us this past year and all of the things that we've been doing, whether it's quilt-alongs, strip-alongs, clubs, whatever it is, you will recognize the journey with us. So,
You're going to show all 750 quilts?
well, how many big quilts do you think? I mean, I do other
think-
things. So let me preface this.
Wait, I think you should have them guess how many.
Before
Before you start.
Why don't you throw this out? So this is projects. You know, I mostly like to piece. And you know, this is my job, so I'm probably making more than you are, at least some of you. Probably not all of you. But I also do have to travel quite a bit, so there are weeks in there where I didn't do any sewing. So yeah, why don't you guess? It's
Okay.
mostly bigger quilts. There's smaller projects in there, but only about, I would say, 20% of them, 15 to 20% of them.
Okay.
But I counted all of my projects. I think there might be some missing. All right, so guess. Holy moly, you guys. I'm not going to be able to do 250 quilts in a year.
Well, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Don't tell them what to do.
So we're talking from start to finish. But
Okay.
let's just go through them. So we will start, and these are only quilts I made. I sewed personally. They're not GE. We have a lot of other people sewing too. This is only me. Okay? All right, let's start with beginning of the year. I was working on our first quilt-along quilt of the year. That was a Dina. That's not my Dina, though. I don't know how this one got in there.
I was in there.
Really? Is this Dina from Desert Blooms? No. Yeah, that one's not in there. It's right there, number 53. Yes. Okay.
I started in the wrong place.
Yeah, get with the program.
Whoa.
But that was somebody else's Dina. It was beautiful. But this is the first one I made. This was the prototype for Dina. So that was my first quilt that I finished of the year. And yeah, as you can see, a big one. The second one I finished of the year was, of course, I was working on the Quickies book. So Svana was my second quilt of the year. And then my third was when we did the actual quilt along for Dina. I sewed the Dina out of the Love Always fabrics. And really love this one too. So I got all these done before heading out on a cruise later in January. And actually this one too. I did a Lilo, the first Lilo quilt, the prototype Lilo quilt for the book. I also did before heading out on that cruise. Then I did this tiny little, I would call this almost a craft project. I did this little soft book for my boys, my grandsons, Animal Fun. Yeah, it wasn't so much fun for me because I don't like this type of stuff. But thinking of them the whole time was, of course, the bonus. And so it's really fun to get it done.
What is that noise?
I'm trying to fix my microphone. Move. All right. Next, after that, I kept going with some books for the quilts. Oh, no. Was that next? I thought Skylar was next. You're skipping.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Yeah, you're skipping.
Skip it. Sorry.
Skylar from the Quickies book was next. And then Mia from the Quickies book. So these came back to back. Then I did some Fast and Furious Club projects really quickly. When I was filming those, I did two fresh cut toppers. This one is out of the Willow. And then this one is out of Circa Purple. I did two Boardwalk runners. This one here is out of the Fall Fabrics. And then I did another kind of summery one out of Sunshine and Sweet Tea. So those were pretty much, you know, didn't do a lot of small projects. But I also did the third Quilt As You Go one for Fast and Furious Club was the Diamond Drop Runner, which I think this is a cool one to make up for like New Year's Eve. Make them in some gold and black, and maybe I'll redo this one. So then we had the Aria quilt. That was a new pattern we released last year. This one, and then Billy as well. Billy was our retreat quilt, one of our retreat quilts. So those two were released later in the spring, but I of course made them a lot earlier. And little Inga from, this one is not published yet. It's coming, you guys, soon. But this was for the retreat, so all the retreaters got this one, and it was one of our projects for our last, this year's retreat. Then we did Skylar, Gigi was next. Gigi was next. And yeah, that was fun. I'm just laughing because of the photo shoot. Every time I see this photo, I just see Kara holding up the other end of the hammock and me laying under it holding the quilt down because it was a little breezy. So, I mean, it turned out great, but it just makes me laugh every time. Then I did Skylar 2.0. This is not Skylar 2.0. I probably gave you the wrong photo. But the Skylar 2.0 was one of them. Next project for me was Anna and Elsa. Anna made out of folklore, and then I did Elsa. Those came together super fast. And then I got my hands on some Halloween fabrics, and I had to make something with those panels. So that was the Mia from Hey Boo. That was a fun one. Yeah. So then it was about April or so, and we had our strip along. Our strip along pattern this year was strips and salsa. So I managed to make one, a large one, that we then auctioned off. We had a raffle at our Fam Fest at the tent sale, and that was one of the quilts. So somebody is enjoying this one already. I hope they displayed it for Christmas. And I used, actually for the strips, I used some scraps because we had made a quilt from a Kobe quilt using those fabrics. And I just used the leftovers for this one. That's what I love about strip quilts. You can just use all kinds of things and mix in other things, and it's gonna still look like it's coordinated. Then I made the Holly quilt from the Quickies book. You can see it kind of went in waves when I was like at home. Then, you know, a bunch of quilts got made. And then Frankie was next up. And then I made Pippa. Yeah, so those were all, you know, the originals going into the book. And then keep going, and we did Quinn. Finished that one. That was a quick sew, yeah, under the wire. And so was Ursula. Ursula was my last one that I finished for the book. And then I managed to put together Svana's graduation quilt and got it quilted before her graduation. And then the big finish, of course, was the London Calling. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this quilt and the journey. I can't wait to go to London with our people in August, so come join us in London and Birmingham this summer.
That'll be fun.
Anyways, sidetracks, side note. So then I made a prism. So we had a class pack, so I made a prisms, and this is not the finished quilt. This is unfortunately just my blocks on my design wall because I couldn't find a photo of the finished quilt. So, which reminds me, we have to get photos of these. So I did the prisms and the frequency out of the same bundle. So they were a part of our class packs. I did make a second prisms out of the Christmas Carol fabrics. Just made it into a little topper. Kind of forgot about this one. I always try to make at least one Christmas quilt. I made quite a few this year and kind of forgot to display this one. But love it, love it. Then I made a few small projects. I made a Fall Fellows. This was in partnership with Baby Lock. And we made customized kits for Baby Lock using the Fall Fellas, and the Confetti Betty was a table runner, one of those kits. And these kits are still available at Baby Lock dealers' shops. It's a kit pretty much like a class in a box. So you get all the fabrics and the batting and the pattern, and also a link to the video where I show you how to do it. It's quilt as you go. And then the Winter Beauty was our third one with them. 2 little Winter Beauty toppers. I did some hanging towels for a tutorial. I just threw that in there because I found the photo. I probably made a lot more small projects for Tipsy Tuesdays and things that I didn't include in here, but this one was fun, and it's been one of our most popular tutorials. And then this summer I made the Willow Farm crib size quilt. We had this as a bundle. It's all gone now. I think all the panels are gone too. That sold out really fast, especially once I made that quilt. But really loved that one. Then I made a second Ursula out of some Halloween fabric, glow-in-the-dark fabrics with some minky back. Love how that one turned out. I'm hoping that for next Halloween I may be able to cuddle under it because I didn't get to this year. And I finished my Tilda Holly quilt. And Julie quilted it beautifully. So this one actually got to hang out on our dining room table for Christmas. And it looked great on there. I also finished the Tilda calendar runner. I just made one of each block, made it into a runner or a banner. Really love it. Love how this turned out. And then I made also a little runner out of the spring hairs. So I can't wait to display this one in the spring. I just made 3 hairs and 1 flower. That's just so cute. So I'm just imagining what they're trying to say to each other, especially the one that's last in line.
Let me smell.
Then I made the Lilo out of Ski Hill. Oh, I love this quilt. This one has a beautiful, like, luxe cuddle back, and didn't get to cuddle with this one this winter because we still had fabric, so it was on display in our showroom. But can't wait to cuddle with this one because that's a good one.
When do you get to cuddle?
Sometimes. I mean, whenever I'm on the couch, I'm cuddling. So there are moments. There are moments, for sure. Lots of moments.
True that.
And then I made a Skylar. These were for our Quickies Club classes. So the Skylar out of the Dancing Daisies. Love it because it's so different from the other one. And I made a Skylar 2.0 out of the Great Journey fabric. Now this one I made extra skinny and long because this is a bunk bed quilt for Johan. And if it works out, he still hasn't gotten it because we were using it, but if it works out, I have fabric to make a second one. So that'll be one of my to-dos for Leo's bottom bunk. Then I did a little fast strip search out of, that was fun. So I took one of our what is it called? Scrappy strip bags that we sell, and chopped them up and made a strip search. And I really actually love how this quilt turned out. And once it's better, even better when it's quilted. These are just the blocks on my wall. But then I made the Felicity Moonlit quilt. I don't have the actual photo, but this is the quilt I made, and this is our retreat quilt. So that one is great. Love the fabrics. Then I made all the bonus patterns for the Christmas in Europe book, the bonus tree quilt and the bonus wall quilt. There is a bonus topper that I love. So didn't get to display any of these for Christmas, but there's always next year. There's always next year.
True that.
Then we did the homecoming, kind of a surprise add-on bonus quilt along. That was fun. Utilizing somebody else's pattern. This was for hurricane relief for the hills of North Carolina. And then I did some Svana quilts. Of course, these are for our Quickies Club class, video class. I did one out of Longshore, which I became a favorite of you and everybody. So this one might be coming back to us to keep. You were trying to talk me into making this a king size.
Awesome.
Nope.
Love that.
So our Svana video class goes live tomorrow, everybody. Those of you in the Quickies Club, get ready to sew. And then I did a different option for it. And this is our Svana out of Magical Winterland bundle, using kind of color blocking the blocks and playing with them. Next up is something I just finished very recently. I forgot about it in my initial list because I didn't have a photo of it. This is the Lake Retreat quilt that is available as a kit in our store. So it's always fun to do something quick with panels, and I really love this one. It's just perfect for lakeside or for our boat. Then I did, of course, all the Advent projects. We have the potluck carrier. We have the snow globe mini quilt and the double oven mitt and some rope bowls and baskets and trivets and coasters. Yes, I do make multiples of these as I'm going through the process, so I didn't count each one, but I made a few of these. And then just this month, I have made an Anna and Elsa. I used the Tango fabric bundle, which I've been hanging on to, and made an Anna and an Elsa. Just got them quilted up by Mr. HP. Thank you, honey. Got them quilted up, and there they are, Anna and Elsa. Now, there are a couple more that I can't show. There's one big one that I finished also in December that is a super secret one. And super secret future, you want to know what it's for? It's a future quilt-along quilt. Coming soon. We'll know more. Heading into next year. Yeah, next year starts tomorrow.
There's probably something missing you don't even realize.
Yeah, I know. And so I'm going to be even better now and be conscious about taking photos of my finished projects and actually saving them in a separate folder. So that's my goal. And I did make also a couple of runners that are super secret still.
What about from the retreat?
The retreat quilt I made. I have another one started, but that's the only one I've finished. I'm just counting finished, you guys,
Okay.
all the way finished.
Should we see what the guesses are up to this point? Or what?
Yeah, somebody was guessing 200 in the 200s. That's craziness. But
225,
yeah, that's way over.
32.
Okay, so if I were to make 225 quilts, that means I'm making like 18 a month.
58, 70,
Okay.
60,
Okay.
65,
All right, we should just reveal it.
75.
So like I said, I'm only counting the ones I finished. There are some that are close, and I'm probably missing some. I'm sure Kara and Julie are going to say, you didn't count this one, you couldn't count that one. But these are all that I personally sewed. Pretty proud of myself. The final number that I got to, Actually, it's 60, because remember, we added one. So it's 60. 60! So that average is 5 a month. And me being gone for, the big shows, that's 2 weeks at a time. And so I think that's a pretty dang good average. Let's see if I can beat that next year. It always helps when I'm working on a book, because then I'm just in my zone and I'm cranking them out. Gotta love that. But how about looking at some of the ones I have in process? Yes, some that I started this year. I'm going to finish. I don't like to call them UFOs. I like to call them WIPs, WIPs, work in process. Progress? Process. Making progress.
Yeah.
So first off, let's start with the one we all started, or some of you, early last year, the temperature quilt. Yeah, of course, I'm ambitious, so I'm making two, one for this 2024 and one for 1964 for Mr. HP's 60th birthday.
Come on, finish them up.
So I actually have more than this done. I have only November and December left, so I'm proud of that. And so that's kind of, I'm gonna chip away at these. I can show you the stack.
Show us the fat stack.
Here's the fat stack of the rows. I, of course, have all my organizing clips all marked with which month is what. So those are my temperature quilt rows done. Then I found one at home, actually in Minnesota, in a bin, and I pulled it out when we were there in December. From our Harmony quilt along, I started another Harmony, very personal to us because it has fabrics that have musical notes, it has some purple to honor Prince, and it has a lot of fabrics that I designed, so it's just a very personal fabric pull, and so I have just the blocks to put together, pretty much. Extending the size a little bit, so next time I'm in Minnesota. Huh?
Finish it up so we can hang it up on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, next time I'm in Minnesota. So what I wanted to do with this quilt initially is make like the extra background, extra wide borders, because I wanted to try and strap it onto like a wooden frame, so it'd be like a canvas almost, act like a canvas.
What are you digging into over there?
I got some chocolate over here. Don't talk about that.
All we heard
I
was,
can't put it in my mouth because I'm talking.
no, all we heard was.
It was totally like unconsciously I was digging in there. I was no intention to eat chocolate right now. But let's take a look at some more of my UFOs. Not UFOs, whips. Okay, so first one, well, this one has been my leader and ender. So this is Winnie. I started this during the retreat in March, and I'm gonna make a big quilt. So this is for our bed, our big king size bed. So I've just been making these as my leader and ender. I think I have almost all my blocks done. So I love using a leader and ender until all my blocks are done, and then next chance I have, I'll just sew them together. So that'll be coming very quickly. And then we have, what's next? Oh, I do have another Elsa quilt happening. So I have some Elsa blocks here out of this Calixta fabric, which is going to be super cool with a dark brown background. So I'll play with this. There's also a Calixta panel that I might use for the center and just surround it with these blocks. I don't know. We'll see. Cut out and started. I'm going to use this really fun background, but this is going to be a part of the Anna and Elsa video class, so you'll see more of this later in the year. Then I have some tildas in process. So the tilda whale quilt, so these kits will be shipping out here soon. I was maybe not intending to make the whole quilt, but then I just kept making these whales, and they're so cute. So I think I will be making the whole quilt at some point, but no rush. So this is kind of my chipping away. It's not really a good leader ender project because it's such intricate oh my gosh, I can't talk. Intricate blocks.
Uh-huh.
So I like to just have like a couple cut out and then make a couple at a time. So I'm just chipping away, like I said. Love these blocks.
Did you? Well, never mind.
And another Tilda, the paper birds. I'm just like you, we've been waiting for the restock of the background. So I am going to make this quilt because I really, really love these. And these kits will be shipping here soon because we finally got this in. And oh, that's a good question. How do you organize your leader enders so it's not confusing while you're piecing a quilt? So my leader enders, for example, now my leader ender is this quilt. So if you have this cut, you have your stack of triangles and you have this, it's really easy because it's just a simple, so you always just do one step at a time. So if you do a leader ender, a good leader ender should be something that's just a block, not something like this where you have to sew this together first and then this, although you can do that, but I like it to be just either a part of a block or a block, so it's very easy to do step at a time. Then let's see, other Tildas I have, oh yes, also waiting on some more fabric. It's the make, do, and mend. So I have that in parts. I'm gonna make, just our kits were for just 4 blocks, so it's like a beautiful wall hanging. And I cannot wait to finish this because I want this for having up here in our studio. And then I have a couple more Tildas that I will keep going with, just chipping away as well. I love the pumpkins, how they are turning out. So those kits will be shipping. Actually, we're probably going to ship them earlier than planned. So if you ordered one, you will probably get it, I would say, February when we get all the fabrics. So this one, maybe I'll finish it before fall, but I stripologized it, so this is all strip piece, which makes it a lot easier. And then
You're saying the sound is going out.
oh,
Is the sound going out for Facebook folks too?
is it just my microphone?
I don't know. Hold on, folks. I can hear you just fine, but I don't know what's going on there.
How about now?
It's a buffering situation.
Oh, then that's
not
unfortunately not us. Okay, one more Tilda.
Our signal is strong here, folks.
I was not intending on making any more of these squirrels, but they are so stinking cute. I think I'm gonna have to make some more. At least I might put them into a little runner, so have them fight over the one acorn, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. It's so cute.
It is cute.
So I'll have to finish this.
Well, it's good to hear that sound is good on Facebook.
Yes.
Not everywhere, so it's
So again, these fall quilts of Tilda's will be going out. What else? I have, oh yeah, this one I'm intending to finish. I have a quilted coat all cut up, cut out.
Ooh.
Even Karn serged my seams for me. So this one, you can call me out on this. I'm gonna finish it
Bye.
and wear it to QuiltCon. So if you see me at QuiltCon, ask me about this.
Okay.
It's gonna be sewn.
There it is, folks. You heard it here.
Yes, I also have a Pippa. This is a perfect leader and ender project. So I have some Pippa blocks and not many more to do because it's a perfect seam. So make sure you have your units organized. I have them all clipped with the right letters on it. So it's super fun. And, ooh, this one is awesome. Of course, coming up here real soon, Endless Love. We will be shipping these kits to you starting mid-January. And then the first Stripologized instructions are coming February 1st. But look, I've been working on the blocks, and they are so cute. So they're 6-inch blocks. Of course, Stripologized, so they're going to be a piece of cake, even though they're little. But aren't they cute?
Cute.
Yeah, I just love this.
Cute.
So check out our Endless Love. We still have kits available. You can still order them. It's going to show up as a pre-order because we haven't started shipping yet. And we're adding a little bit of fabric to the kits because We need it stripologized, so we need a little more, but these are so adorable. So I cannot wait to get back to these when I come back from our cruise that we're heading out of in a couple of days.
Wowza.
We head out on the first cruise on January 2nd, and we are heading out to the ABC Islands on that one, and then back to back, we're going to Eastern Caribbean. So we have
Who's
over
joining us?
80 quilters, 85, I think. 85 quilters, plus some spouses or companions. So we're excited. We're excited.
Exciting.
Yeah. So I had to get a lot done before leaving for the cruise. So that's it. That's it.
Nice work.
Yes, that's all I have work in progress. Now, there are stacks of fabrics with plans in there, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that. There's some secret stuff too that I can't show you yet. Okay, so all in all, lots going on here. Lots of fun happening. Yes, quilt along coming early 2025. So we did 51 Tipsy Tuesdays this year. We missed one just because it landed on Christmas Eve. And 52 Happy Fridays. We didn't miss one. We gave away over $2,600 in gift card giveaways on the shows. I hope lots of things learned, lots of laughter, even a few tears, losing our dear Kobe. But it was such a great journey to share it all with you this whole time. So with that being said, we have a fabulous new bundle in the store that I just wanted to show you. We thought FedEx would deliver it in time for the show, but things are being delayed as always around this time of year. We're kind of used to it. So it didn't get here. So guess what? Kara and the team at the warehouse stepped in and they quickly filmed the fabric pull for us. So let's check out. This is All of You by Moda. So take a look.
So today I am so excited to show you this new line. Look at those pretty colors. This is from Zen Chic for Moda. It is All of You. So these first couple, this bundle is a great one. Oh, let's put it within the frame, right? So this is a great one because it's equal parts light and dark, and we have so many great patterns that really lend itself nicely to a half and half or light and dark color palette. So these first few, again, are in the taupey ranges. These big palm leaves here. Take a peek at, there's a little bit of kind of a tealy blue spatter dots in here, and then we have lime green, and kind of this really pretty gold color in the leaves. And then we have just this fun oblong polka dot, mostly with whites, and then there's this again kind of that lime green scattered in there. Then this one is similar to the first one in that it's just some geometric textures, again with light blue dots. Then we have a spotted in here. And then we have a fun, this one is Stillmore paper, from the Stillmore paper line that we put in here, also from Zen Chic, that just really is a nice addition to the line. I'm going to have to move these over. I'm running out of room already. And we're going to go into these fun colors. Again, this is that geometric one in the teal. Then we have the big frond palm leaves. This time it's just the white and then this blue and then a darker green. We have another spotted. I like the two different tones of the spotted in here for the line. Then we've got these oblong polka dots again. This light limey green with the blue and the darker green. We have a couple shades of almost chartreuse colors. Really like the way that the blue and the green work together, and then throwing it in with the taupe just is awesome. This is a fun texture as well with almost looks like, not really duck feet, kind of. What are they? Cat ears. Oh yeah, or whiskers. No. I like it though. And then one more of this texture. So this is Zen Chic. Let's take a look at the fabric pull really quick. Got a couple other taupes that you could throw in here. There's Stash Triangles Linen, which goes really nicely with a little bit of the darker taupe. And then we have a Spotted Stone. Again, another nice kind of taupey gray color. Then just to have a lighter color, we went with the Deco Stitch Sea Glass, which is just another shade lighter than the teals that are here. Then to have a closer, darker match, we have the Dry Brush Teal, which works really nicely. And then, of course, a Glaze Raindrop, which Glaze has got some nice color variants in the shades here, which lend itself nicely to all three of the different teal colors. We do have some new spotteds that are coming in that are with this line. It's All of You Spotted Glacier, so there's just another blue choice. Then we have lots of different green choices. This is All of You Spotted Maize. And then we have All of You Spotted Sage. We have All of You Spotted Leaf. You can see how they all work so nicely together. Then we have All of You Spotted Fresh Grass, which is a perfect match to the darkest green. And then we have All of You Spotted Olive, imagine, which is just even darker. And even though the color isn't in this line, it does work really nicely. It would be an awesome background with this dark color. The colors just really go well together. But we also have a couple of others. We have Grunge Winter Coal. So you could go all the way like a dark, it's not quite black, but just a dark, dark grunge, or grunge espresso. Either one of those could be another nice background or accent with this line. But this is All of You by Zen Chic.
So we've already made 2 quilts out of All of You. We made an Anna and an Elsa. So I used the bundle for Anna and Elsa and made both quilts. So you'll see this Anna using scrappy backgrounds because the bundle is 6 darks and 6 lights, and I kind of love how it turned out. Did a little color blocking with the blocks. And so yeah, was able to do 2 quilts from the one bundle. Beautiful. So here is our All of You. We have the graphic here if you want to take a look. And so if you didn't know, whenever you go to the product page for the bundle, the appropriate 1 yards that we pulled to match it are also going to be presented right there on the page.
Yeah, YouTube is sounding weird. Just cutting out.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? You're live.
Hi, everybody.
What are you doing? You're live.
So I was going to fess up because you called me out. I actually went to the pharmacy this morning to get some things for our cruise, and guess what? They already had some spring stuff out, including, yes,
Your
the
absolute
Easter egg,
favorites
the mini eggs.
in the world.
And so I got a little bit, only a little bag, but there's only one left. That's how fast they go. And super unconsciously, I was digging in that bag during the show. I apologize profusely. But let's finish off with our giveaway question. So you looked at all of my quilts that I did or all my projects this year. So how many quilts would you guess that you made this year? Just a guess. I don't expect you to know the number, but I'd love to hear it. So just answer that in the comments and you'll automatically be entered to win a $25 gift card. So our next shows, we do have a show tomorrow on New Year's Day. If you are up and ready to see some great fabrics, we have One Yard Wednesday at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and you can always watch it later. We have really good deals and good stuff tomorrow, so just wanted to let you know. Happy Friday show will be this coming Friday at January 3rd at 12 noon, live from our cruise. So crossing fingers, we'll have some good enough internet. And then our Tipsy Tuesday show will be Tuesday, January 7th at 4 p.m. Central Time. So lots of fun stuff going on. So with that being said, I think it's time to give a toast. Give a toast.
Got a toast.
Yeah, I actually, because one of our stops on our cruise is Curacao. So I put a little blue Curacao liqueur, orange liqueur in here, and then just some bubbly to make it really pretty blue, since we're headed to the Caribbean, everybody.
And festive.
We would love to take all of you with us. But let's do some funny toasts, okay?
Okay.
You want to kick it off?
I think you're first.
I'm first? Okay. May your stitches be scant, your fabric cut straight, and your seam rippers be untouched in 2025.
Okay.
Cheers.
How about health to those I love, wealth to those who love me?
Okay, all right.
Cheers to that.
All right. Okay, I got a good one. May quilting light the fire in your heart, heal your soul, and leave less room in your closets.
Okay.
Yep.
I got one for you. May the best of the past be the worst of the future.
Oh, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I'll
Yeah.
toast to that. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, one more.
I got one more too.
Okay, this is my last one then.
Okay. All right.
May you live for as long as you want and never want for fabric as long as you live.
Amen to that. Amen. Well, here's to friends and family who know us well, but love us just the same.
Yes, here's to that. So, cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of our community in 2024, watching us, supporting us, and our small business and our team at home. We're actually going to get off this call and get on another call to toast with our team at the warehouse. But we appreciate you so much and hope you are joining us for another fantastic year of quilting. Lots of laughter, couple of tears. They just got to be in there. Always the tears of joy. But thank you so much. Happy New Year! Woo! See you next year.
Let's do it.
Step into the groove, it's the place to stay. GE Designs got the Stripology way. Quilting with the beat, you feel that heat. We're the rulers of the strips, every inch so neat. Lay your fabric here, lay it right here. Cut it right there, cut it right there. Precision in the rhythm can't help but stare. From morning to night we cut and we care. Every quilt a masterpiece, nothing can compare. Home of the Stripology, feel that vibe. GE Designs where precision is our vibe. Cut it, slice it, make it so right. Quilters paradise, sewing in the moonlight. Measure once, cut twice, that's the funky rule. Stripology magic, yeah, it's hella cool. Turn that fabric loose, make it strut and stroll. We're jamming with the quilts in control. Oh, everybody now, lift up those strips, feel the stripology, adding flair to your life, from edge to edge. We groove through the night, sew it up, show it off with a glorious sight. The stripology, feel that vibe. G designs where precision is our vibe. Cut it, slice it, make it so right. Quilter's paradise, sewing in the moonlight.